Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a FIFA 18 Ultimate Team Player review of Anthony Martial, someone that was extremely popular on the previous edition of FIFA. So he's 82 rated on FIFA 18, left-sided of course, with 91 pace, 85 dribbling, 79 shooting. On top of those stats, he is 5'11" with medium-low work rates, right-footed on that left-hand side, with 4-star skills and weak foot. So I've got a couple of different squad options that you could use the Frenchman in. The first one is literally a full-on Prem team, around the sort of players that are, you know, similar levels in terms of price as he is. Some of the more expensive players in the Prem for this sort of time of the game. And then this is the team that I actually used him in for the most part anyway. It is as a left forward in a 4-3-2-1 mixed squad between the Bundesliga, the La Liga, the French Ligue 1 and the Premier League as well. So, moving on in to his attribute details in game stats. Of course, last year, Martial was a bit of a freak in terms of having good pace, good dribbling, but awesome physical too. And of course, that is kind of similar again this year. He does still have good strength for a player of his nature, you know, someone that's really quick out on the wing. Of course, extremely quick. Today, I've gone with the Hawk chemistry style to boost the pace, the shooting and the physical, because I think his 85 dribbling is perfect. There's no need to upgrade that in my opinion. Let's just make him as fast as we possibly can do, and then of course try and boost the shooting and physical stats as much as possible to see how it affects him in game. Now moving on in to the pros and cons, and you can see some of the goals that I'm scoring with the Frenchman right now. To start things off in terms of negatives, his shooting in general is actually pretty good, apart from I didn't find his long shots to be very good at all. Don't think I even scored one, or maybe I scored, I don't know. I don't think he was particularly great with the long shots. Definitely someone that is more of a get him on the run, get him inside the box so he can just tap it home. Wouldn't necessarily recommend banging it from distance. It's definitely not his forte. Now, the other negative that I've got for Martial is that he's a winger, so he's someone that you kind of like want to get involved in creating the goals, and I've got to say his passing was a little bit sort of off, not really the greatest. Like, he picked up a couple of easy assists for me, and I would always expect him to do that, but in terms of like actual, you know, good key passes, long passes, that sort of stuff, he didn't really have that in his locker this year, which was a little bit disappointing. So in terms of like end product from outside of the box, you're not talking about much here for Martial. It's definitely, you need to play to his strengths, which is getting inside that box and using the pace. Now we can move on to the positives, because Martial is still a beast on this game, and I do recommend him, even though he does cost quite a bit at the start. To be honest, he is ridiculous in terms of, like, he is really, really quick. His acceleration and his sprint speed are off the charts, and alongside that, he's just really good on the ball, like his dribbling and stuff. Just movement with the ball at his feet is very good. He holds it nice and close. That 85 dribbling really does feel good in game, in my opinion. And like I said, I didn't even feel the need to try and boost that. On top of all of that, he's got the 4-star skill moves, which means he can do that new Giovinco skill move that's out on the game as well, which you might see in a couple of clips in this video, and I've got to say is very, very useful. It's almost quicker than like a Berber spin or a chop or something like that. Could be something that you see a lot in the clips on these reviews in future as I get used to the skill. But again, a little bit like the Berber spin, it's kind of a 90-degree turn one, which is obviously nice to quickly change direction. But he's also got 4-star weak foot. I think the volley I just scored, or the half volley I just scored, was on that 4-star weak foot as well. You can feel pretty confident inside the box to hit low driven shots across the goalie on the weaker foot. If you do decide to maybe like swap wings or something like that, playing Martial on the right hand side, I can imagine would be very useful as well. And then of course he's also got that strength again this year. I don't think he's quite as crazy as last FIFA in terms of having that physical as well as everything else. But I found him to be pretty strong, holding off defenders when he needed to in certain situations. I think it's a lot more difficult to do that this year with the attackers. I find that the defenders are a lot stronger than before. But Martial once or twice did manage to barge past them, hustle and bustle past them, which of course is what you're after. And then, final positive, his shooting inside the box is very, very solid. Just being able to finesse it past the goalkeeper. I seem to score most of my goals like that. And of course, yeah, it's effective with the Man United winger. So there you have it, guys. That is the Martial review on FIFA 18. I think he's a solid player. Obviously, he's quite expensive for what he is, but that is because lots of people hype him up. Hopefully he drops a little bit sometime soon. A lot of people are going to be using this guy in the weekend league for the right reasons, I'm sure. Have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.